Okay, this is a graphical one. And they're giving us two functions. This is f of x, this is g of x. And then they're asking us a bunch of questions, which might seem kind of strange. So this is a graphical interpretation of composition functions. So first off, it's important just to get used to what a graph even means. Let's go over to G. I'm not even ready for the questions. Let's just think about on this graph, what is like G of 1? What does that even mean? What would be the answer to just G of 1? Let's get clear on that first before we start trying to put them all together. Well, what it means is whenever you do a function, what you plug in is x, what you get out is y. That's the key that you need to know in reading a function on the graph. We had this in an earlier section, but it's been a while, so it's a good reminder. Whatever you plug into the parentheses of a function is your x value, and whatever it equals, what comes out is your y value. So in other words, if they ask me g of 1, they're really saying x is 1. Go to the x-axis, find 1, go up to the graph, find that dot, right? That's the dot over 1 up 2. The x is 1, the y is 2. That would equal 2. When x is 1, y is 2. On the g graph, g of 1 is 2. Does that make sense what we're doing? Let's try another one. What if they asked me g of 2? So now again, this is the x value. Whatever you put in, this is the key for all functions, not just g, f, g, h, whatever. All functions, what you put in the parentheses is x. What it equals is y. And we're talking about points on the graph, that particular function's graph. So on the g graph, find the x value of 2. Here's 2. Go right there. That's the point over 2 up 4, meaning x2 is connected with y4 on the g graph. Y would be 4. How about if I go over to the f graph? I think you probably got it so far. What if I go, I don't know, f of 2? So on the f graph, so again, what's in the parentheses is the x value. So find the x value of 2 on the f graph this time. Go on up, find the dot. That's the point over 2 up 3. The x value 2, the y value will be 3. Okay, good with that so far? That's how you read graphs with function notation. Now, let's put it together, two functions at the same time, putting one function inside of another. Again, let me put the key up here. The key, f of x equals y, or g of x equals y. The input is x, the output is y for either g or f or any function. All right, so getting back to it. So this one then is f of g of 0. So you start on the inside with g of 0. So start on the inside. What in the world is g of 0? Forget about the f for a minute. Just start right here on the inside with g of 0. What's g of 0? Well, remember, what you plug in is x. What's in the parentheses of a function is x. So go to the g graph, put in zeros right here on the x-axis. Go up, find the dot. That's the dot over 0 up 3. X is 0, goes with y 3. So that'll equal 3, won't it? So what does that mean? Well, this question is f g of 0. It's f of g of 0. And we just discovered that g of 0 is 3, right? When you put in 0 to the g function, the y height is 3. So that means this is f of 3, right? This whole g of 0 on the inside is 3. It says it right here. Okay, so then the question now we're doing the outside. Change the color here. Second, do the outside. So I'll say first inside, second outside. So now you're doing the outside function. So first we did the inside function, g of 0. Now f of 3. So now go to the f graph. Remember, again, whatever's inside is x. What it equals is y. That's the key for all functions. So if you put in 3 to the f graph right there, the x-axis 3, go to the dot, that's 3, 1. That's an x value 3 with a y value 1. It'll equal 1, won't it? So this is 1. After all that, the answer is 1 to that very first part. So that's a little tricky. So you start on the inside. We put 0 into G, got out 3 from right here, 0, 3 on the G graph. And that G of 0 became 3 inside the parentheses. So then put that 3 into the F graph. 3 into F, 3, 1, out comes a 1. Let's try the next part. So this takes a while to get used to. Did you get the hang of it if you practice it? And it'll let you practice till you got it. You can just practice, practice, practice. Ask for more, more, more. So the next part, coming over here, G of F of 4. So you know what we do. First, the inside, F of 4. So that's the X. Remember what's inside is to go to the F graph, which is over here. And boom, right there, there's the dot over 4 up 0, huh? The Y value is 0. So there's the inside. And then second, you do the outside. What outside? Well, it's the function is G of F of 4, which is G of 0, right? F of 4 is 0. This is 0. So now it's G of 0. Again, this is the X. Whatever you plug into any function comes out. Now we go to the G graph, which is here. Put in 0 on the G graph right there, over 0, up 3. The X value of 0 on the G graph goes with a Y value of 3. The answer is 3. So you start on the inside, get the answer for the inside, then the inside becomes that, 0. Then you do the outside, G of 0, 3. Just like that. Maybe it's getting a little better now. Let's try a third one. So now, come on down here. I'm going to do F of 2. So you know how it goes. First inside. First inside, so that's F of 2 on the inside. Now what's that? Well, you know, X is plugged in, Y comes out. So you go to the F graph. Let me erase what I did here. Go to the F graph, which is this one over here, plug in 2. So here it is, 2 on the F graph. This is the F graph. Boom, there's the dot, over 2, up 3. So out comes a Y value of 3. And then second, go to the outside. So the outside, what was the original function here? It was F of F of 2. So the F of 2 has become 3. So this whole F of 2 is now 3. So this becomes F of 3. So I'm going to put 3 into the, remember, this is X. What it equals is Y. So if you put 3, now we're putting 3 into the F graph. So we put 3, same graph. We're not even doing the G graph on this one. Put in 3 now. This is the point, over 3, up 1. The X value 3 goes with the Y value 1. It's 1. X value 3 goes with Y value 1. The answer is 1. So we always have to go through 2 iterations. We start on the inside, F of 2, which means go over here and put an X value 2, get a Y value 3, X value 2. Out comes Y of 3, so then that inside becomes 3. Then F of 3, start at 3, go up, Y value 1. 1. Let's do one more. Hopefully this is making a lot more sense now. I know it's not easy. Okay, so last one over here. So G, it's a double G-er. G of 3. G of G of 3. So you know, first the inside. So first the inside, so that's going to be G of 3 on the inside. So now we're going to the G graph. Here's the G graph, 3, going up, right there, that's the point. Over 3, up 1, that's the X, that's the Y. So when you have an X value 3, you get out a Y value of 1. So we got the inside, and now second do the outside. So So G of G3, the whole G of 3 is now 1. So all of this is 1. So this will be G of 1. Right? That whole G of 3 on the inside right here is 1. So it's G of 1. That means this is the x. Whatever you plug into a function is x. What comes out is y. It means go to the graph, go to the G graph, find the x value of 1 right here. This is the G graph. Boom, that dot right there, which is over 1 up 2. The x value is 1, the y value is 2. Out comes the y value of 2. So there we go on that. Certainly not an easy question. A lot of gyrations there.